If your tabby cat is over the age of 10, there are a few things nobody really prepares you for. Not the gray hairs, not the extra naps, not even the fact that your once fearless climber now studies the jump before committing. What nobody tells you is that growing older with a tabby cat can be one of the most rewarding parts of sharing your life together. When we first bring a cat home, we think about the kitten years. The zoomies, the mischief, the midnight races through the hallway, the toys under the refrigerator, the mysterious obsession with cardboard boxes. But eventually, almost without noticing, those years pass. One day your tabby is 10, then 11, then 12, and something begins to change. Not in a bad way. Just differently. The wild explorer slowly becomes a wise companion. The cat who once wanted to investigate everything now seems perfectly content supervising the household from a sunny window. And while many people focus on what senior cats can no longer do, today we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about what makes senior tabby cats so special. We'll cover the changes you may notice, simple ways to help your cat stay comfortable, a few common health concerns to keep an eye on, and why adopting a senior tabby may be one of the best decisions a cat lover can make. Because if you share your home with an older tabby, you're not just caring for an aging pet. You're sharing your life with an old friend. When does a tabby cat become a senior? Most veterinarians consider cats to be seniors somewhere around 10 to 11 years old. Now, before anyone panics, that's not old in the way many people think. Thanks to better nutrition, safer indoor lifestyles, and improved veterinary care, many tabby cats are living well into their teens and even their 20s. In fact, if your tabby is 10 years old and healthy, there's a good chance they still have many wonderful years ahead of them. That said, around this age, you may start noticing subtle changes. Your cat may sleep a little longer. They may spend more time in favorite resting spots. They may become less interested in launching themselves to the top of every bookshelf in the house. Although let's be honest, some tabbies remain professional troublemakers no matter how old they get. You may also notice that routines become more important. Senior tabbies often love predictability. Breakfast at the same time. Nap time in the same chair. Window patrol at the same hour every afternoon. It's almost as if they've spent a decade studying the household and finally decided exactly how things should be run. And honestly, they're probably right. One of the most surprising things about senior tabbies is that many become more affectionate with age. Not all cats, of course. Every personality is different, but many owners notice their older tabby spending more time nearby, sitting closer, following them from room to room, choosing companionship over adventure. It's a beautiful reminder that the relationship you've built over the years matters. Trust takes time, and by the senior years, that trust often runs very deep. The changes nobody talks about. Most people expect physical changes. What catches many owners by surprise are the emotional and behavioral ones. For example, senior tabbies often become incredibly efficient. They no longer waste energy on unnecessary activities. A younger cat may sprint through the house at 2 in the morning simply because the opportunity exists. A senior tabby carefully evaluates whether that level of effort is truly necessary. The answer is usually no. Instead, older cats often develop a quiet confidence. They know where the food is. They know where the best sleeping spots are. They know exactly which family member is most likely to share a blanket. Life has become less about exploration and more about enjoyment. And perhaps that's a lesson humans could learn from too. Why senior tabbies are so special. Here's something nobody tells you. Many senior tabby cats are actually easier to live with than younger cats. The kitten years are adorable. They're also complete chaos. A kitten can turn a perfectly peaceful afternoon into a full-scale home renovation project. A senior tabby? They've moved beyond such nonsense. Mostly, older cats tend to be more confident, more settled, more comfortable in their own fur. They know where they belong. They know who they trust. And they know exactly which chair in the house belongs to them. Even if you bought it. One of the most wonderful things about senior tabbies is that they often become deeply connected to their people. Not because they're needy, not because they're lonely, but because after years together, something changes. The relationship becomes less about ownership and more about companionship. You know their habits, they know yours. You know where they'll be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And somehow, they know when you've had a difficult day before you've said a single word. Many cat owners describe their senior tabby as a best friend. And honestly, it's hard to argue with that. Everybody talks about what changes as a cat ages. Very few people talk about what you gain. You gain trust. You gain familiarity. You gain years of shared experiences. Your senior tabby has watched your life unfold. They've seen homes change, furniture come and go, relationships begin and end, jobs change, routines change, life changes. And through all of it, they stayed. There is something incredibly comforting about that. A senior tabby becomes part of the rhythm of your life. The morning coffee companion, the afternoon sunbeam supervisor, the evening television critic, the bedtime blanket inspector. And while younger cats may have more energy, older cats often bring something else. Peace, a quiet presence, a feeling that everything is exactly as it should be. In many ways, senior tabbies teach us something important. Life doesn't always have to be faster, or louder, or busier. Sometimes the best moments are simply sharing a couch, a blanket, and a quiet afternoon with an old friend. Small ways to help your senior tabby stay comfortable. As cats get older, comfort becomes increasingly important. Fortunately, small changes can make a surprisingly big difference. One of the easiest places to start is where your cat sleeps. Many senior tabbies appreciate a supportive bed that cushions aging joints and provides a little extra warmth. Some cats absolutely love heated beds or warming pads, especially during colder months when stiff joints can make movement less comfortable. You may also notice your tabby hesitating before jumping onto furniture they once reached effortlessly. If that happens, pet stairs or ramps can be a game changer. Not because your cat suddenly can't get up there. Because they can. They just don't always want to land like a professional gymnast anymore. And let's be honest, no senior tabby wants to retire from their favorite couch. Water becomes increasingly important as cats age as well. Many owners find that a cat water fountain encourages more frequent drinking than a traditional bowl. The moving water stays fresher and often appeals to a cat's natural curiosity. Mealtime can change too. Some older cats become pickier eaters. Others simply appreciate elevated food bowls that reduce the need to bend down as far. And if your veterinarian recommends it, joint support supplements may help maintain mobility and keep your cat comfortable during their senior years. Interactive play remains important too. Even older cats benefit from gentle daily activity. Simple wand toys, treat puzzles, and enrichment games can help keep both the body and mind engaged. Notice something interesting? Most senior cat care isn't complicated. It's rarely about doing more. It's about making everyday life a little easier, a little softer, a little warmer, a little more comfortable. After years of companionship, that seems like a pretty fair trade. Tabbies deserve a second look. If you've ever thought about adopting a cat, don't overlook the seniors. Older cats are often passed by while kittens receive most of the attention. It's understandable, kittens are adorable, but senior cats have something many younger cats don't. They know who they are. Their personalities are already established. They're often calmer, more affectionate, and more interested in companionship than chaos. Many senior cats end up in shelters through no fault of their own. Sometimes a family moves. Sometimes life circumstances change. And sadly, sometimes a beloved cat outlives the person who cared for them. Imagine spending 10, 12, or 15 years in a loving home, only to suddenly find yourself in a shelter wondering what happened. It's heartbreaking, but it's also where ordinary people have the opportunity to do something extraordinary. A quiet home, a warm bed, a sunny window, a patient and understanding companion. Sometimes that's all a senior cat is looking for. And the gratitude many adopters describe is remarkable. Senior cats may not have as many years ahead of them as kittens. But they often make every one of those years count. If you're considering adding a cat to your family, check with your local shelters and rescue organizations. You may discover that your future best friend has already spent years waiting for someone just like you. And if you're caring for a senior tabby right now, thank you. These special cats deserve all the comfort, patience, and love we can give them. For more tabby cat guides, visit tabbystripedcat.com. You'll also find a list of senior cat supplies we recommend in the video description to help keep your aging companion comfortable, active, and happy during their golden years.